Criticism. It's something we all encounter, whether in relationships, at work, or even from friends and family. So let's get into criticism hurts, the full story. Can you help me understand why people criticize? Are they trying to help? Do they hate me? And are there any tips to help me cope better? I tend to take criticism pretty badly.
The difference between constructive and negative criticism can be helpful or harmful. If offered constructively and without daggers, its intention is to help even if it doesn't sound like it. Other times, it's aimed to hurt, offend, and put you down. These are the comments that offer no suggestion, just negativity. It helps to know the difference so you don't overreact. Constructive criticism offers solutions. This type of feedback is specific, actionable, and delivered in a positive tone. It's meant to highlight areas for improvement while encouraging growth. For example, your presentation was strong, but adding more visuals could make it even more engaging. Or your partner might say, your hairstyle looks a bit dated. Did you want to try something different next time? So if the criticism is enveloped in a suggestion or solution, the person is not being harsh, but wanting to help. Even if you don't want their suggestion, your best bet is to thank them and consider it. They do have an outside perspective, and sometimes that can be helpful or enlightening. Reacting harshly can be detrimental. Destructive criticism only offers faults. On the flip side, destructive criticism focuses solely on faults without offering solutions. It often comes from jealousy, anger, or frustration and can feel like or is a personal attack. For example, that presentation sucked, or your hair looks terrible. Justified or not, criticism without a suggestion or a solution is aimed to hurt or put you down. Give no power to the words or the person. Your best bet is to ignore or reject the criticism. If it's happening all the time, perhaps you need to take a look at our videos Time to Break Up, The Full Story, or 20 Signs It's Time to Walk Away.
Why do people criticize?
Criticism isn't always about you. It's often about the person delivering it. Here are some common motivations. Jealousy. Some people criticize because they feel threatened by your success or abilities. Frustration. Criticism can be a way for someone to vent their own anger or dissatisfaction, often not even at you, but you happen to be there and they let you have it. Personal preferences. Sometimes criticism reflects someone's tastes rather than objective feedback. Genuine concern. Loved ones often criticize out of care for your well-being or desire to see you succeed. Recognizing these motivations can help you determine whether the criticism is valid or simply noise. If you overreact to criticism, take a breath to consider the intent so you can determine your reaction.
Why do some people handle criticism differently?
Our responses are shaped by personality traits and past experiences. Highly sensitive people. For those who are sensitive, criticism can feel overwhelming because it triggers emotional memories from the past. A single comment might bring up feelings of inadequacy or shame from childhood. If you frequently react harshly to criticism, think about what negative thoughts may be lurking in your past. Identifying it can add perspective to your current circumstances. Remember, today is not about yesterday. Stay focused on the now and accept or reject criticism from the strength of only dealing with today. Confident individuals. People with strong self-belief often deflect criticism by focusing on their research and preparation. For example, if you know your facts are solid, standing your ground can neutralize even harsh feedback. So if you don't feel confident with criticism, where possible before you are in the situation, do your homework and be sure of your facts. For example, check your details before committing. Then if you are attacked, you can confidently stand your ground. People who avoid criticism. Some individuals go out of their way to avoid being criticized altogether, often by overachieving or people-pleasing. While this may reduce immediate discomfort, it can lead to burnout over time. You shouldn't be trying to overcompensate or saying yes to everyone or everything. Aim to be confident and sure of your facts, rather than falsely trying to appease people. Understanding your own tendencies can help you develop healthier ways to process feedback.
Can you give me action steps to handle criticism?
Certainly. Pause before reacting. When faced with criticism, take a moment to breathe and reflect before responding. This helps you control your emotions and avoid reacting defensively. If necessary, suggest you take the feedback on board and meet at 10 a.m. tomorrow to discuss. It's important to stay in control of not only your emotions, but the situation. Evaluate the source. Ask yourself, is this person offering constructive feedback or simply venting their frustrations? If the criticism comes from someone with expertise or genuine concern, consider it carefully. If not, apply that fry pan nonstick coating and let it slide off. Separate feedback from identity. If the criticism is about you, your personality, or physical being, then the person making the comments is weak, has low self-esteem, and is trying to make themselves feel better by putting you down. They deserve no reaction from you and are beneath you. Apply your Teflon coating and flush them away. If the criticism is about actions, not who you are as a person, then take it on board. Mistakes don't define your character. They're opportunities for growth. Ignore destructive noise. Not all criticism deserves your attention. If feedback is rooted in jealousy or negativity, don't let it derail your focus or self-esteem. Reflect on patterns in feedback. If certain criticisms keep coming up, like being late or missing details, it might be worth addressing those areas proactively. Perhaps you really are in the wrong. Use active listening. When receiving feedback, listen fully without interrupting. Listen intently enough that you actually know what they are saying and not what you imagine they are saying. Repeat back what you've heard to ensure understanding and show that you value their input. Example, so you're wanting more detail in my report? No problem, I'll fix it. Or with your partner, so you'd like more time for your computer games? Okay, let's work something out.
What tips do you have to build that non-stick coating around you?
Focus on your goals. Redirect your attention to your objectives rather than dwelling on negative comments. Staying focused on your vision helps you maintain perspective and resilience. Imagine beside the person criticizing you is a big trophy, and that's what you want to achieve. Look beyond the criticizer and focus on the trophy or goal. Now, it's easy to focus on what you really want. Build self-belief. Confidence in yourself can take the sting out of criticism. If you've done your research and know you're right, stand firm while remaining respectful. If you feel good about yourself, you can be proud of who you are and what you've done. Example, I understand your concerns, but I believe this approach aligns best with our goals and I'm sticking with it. Practice gratitude for constructive feedback. Even when feedback feels uncomfortable, try to view it as an opportunity for improvement. Thank the person for their input, even if you don't fully agree. Example, I appreciate your suggestion. I'll consider how I can apply that. Surround yourself with positivity. Build a support network of people who believe in your potential and provide encouragement when needed. Having friends or colleagues who have your back can be incredibly helpful in negative situations.
Can criticism help you grow as a person?
Yes. Criticism doesn't have to be a negative experience. It can be a powerful tool for personal development if approached with the right mindset. View constructive feedback as a learning opportunity. If unsure, don't react but take some time to think things through. Is this an opportunity to improve? Let go of past emotional baggage tied to criticism. Focus on building resilience so negative comments don't hold you back. Remember that no one escapes criticism entirely. It's part of life. But for many, even if initially the criticism is a dent to your ego, often it causes a rethink and the result is a much better outcome. You're trying to do things a certain way. You're told you're an idiot and that will never work because you think about it and eventually think maybe they're right. It's not as good as I thought it was. I'll try this way instead and the result is much better. It happens frequently. Criticism doesn't define who you are. It's simply someone else's perspective on a moment in time. By pausing before reacting, evaluating the source and intent, and focusing on constructive growth, you can navigate criticism with confidence and grace, whether in relationships, at work, or among friends.
Got a topic you'd like us to review? Drop a comment below. Please help us out by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Till next time, take care